Hello all. I finally was able to get on Candace's book club live. It wouldn't work on my laptop and it wouldn't work on my phone. I had to do it on my burner phone for it to work. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? You know? And I wanted to touch on, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I still haven't gotten the book. I'm waiting for it. I ordered it on the 10th and it still hasn't gotten here. But I can't wait till it finally gets here. But I think I'm a book behind. But I want to unpack as much as I can in understanding the history of it all. And seeing as in different ways, I see that we're all tied into it, theoretically and spiritually. You know, because it's a spiritual war that we're all going through right now. We really are. And we have been for many, many decades. And so, anywho, I think it is very unique. Okay, so everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own trials, their tribulations. Everybody has their own targeting experiences. In different ways, we all are targeted. We really are. If you remove the rose-colored glasses, like, although I'm on this, whatever you want to call it, escapade, I mean, you have to look at the broader picture of it and look at like what the political arena is doing and how they're treating us all. And so, and we're all being treated the same. We're all being taken advantage of. We're all being lied to. We're all being mocked. The systematic is going against us. It's not working for us. That's for darn sure. You got to think the cost of living is going up. Inflation's going up. Grocery prices, gas prices, everything's going up, but the pay is not going up. You know what I mean? So again, you can call it what you want. You don't want to become your reality. Obviously, you want to take control of your reality. Recognize what your reality is around you. That's where you find peace, right? You find peace in yourself. But there is nothing wrong with talking about it, advocating about it, and speaking up, speaking truth on it. There's nothing wrong with it. And we just don't understand the different experiences of targeting that other people go through. And that's why it's very, very important to move with humility and humbleness, because you just don't know. You don't know what one person's going through. And granted, you have to be able to have a strong mind, okay? But you also have to understand that there are people in different positions that carry very, very strong powers, very, very wealthy powers that have the ability to mess with mechanics like this. You know, like I resort back to my YouTube. Like my YouTube, it takes me I created a due process for me to post freaking videos. All right. And I just looked at my Facebook. They removed, because of the content. What did they say? Let's read it. I just looked at it. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you flipping kidding me? Facebook. We are no longer suggesting your profile to people. People can still find you, like your profile, but we don't recommend your profile that includes any of these. This is what they tagged me for. Profile is considered to be fake account, scam, or impersonation. Okay, last I checked, this one's me. This is me. Now I know there's a lot of people faking me and scamming me. You know, so isn't that funny? See how contradictory this is? Content is clickbait, spam, or just stuff people don't want to interact with. Yeah, so you say so. You say so, right? Profile with history of violating community standards. Topic: profile is focused on civics, vaccines, and other sensitive subjects. Sensitive subjects because I'm speaking truth. That's all it is. And so, like, that's the whole thing when it comes to, like, the monetization on my Facebook. That's why I don't get any views or anything like that. Same thing with YouTube. I finally got to 50, it dropped down to 49. And even when I had 50, it wouldn't let me go live. And I'm not saying this because I'm complaining by any means. I just put my content out there. 444, as I said. I put my content out there, and where it hits, it hits. Where it lands, it lands. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't put it out there to make money by any means. That's why I got my jobs. you know, and I think that they're pissed off that I have jobs now, because I don't think that that worked out for them quite well. And so it's one of those things, but it's just like, I know I've been studied with a fine tooth. How long is it going to take you to understand that I'm never going to give up? I'm never going to give up. Ever. I'm never going to give up fighting. I'm never going to give up on myself. I'm never going to give up on my son. I'm never going to give up on humanity. I'm never going to give up on my faith. I'm never going to give up on my spirituality. I'm never going to give up on God. And I'm never going to stop recognizing what Jesus did on the cross for all of us. For all of us. So those are things that I'm never going to give up on. I will always find a way, because God helps me find a way. I will always reinvent myself. I will always figure it out. This has been my life. It's just all I know. It's literally all I know. Based by the grace of God, though, I now see that God has so divinely orchestrated my life. He has literally been the way maker for my entire life. Because in different ways, this has been my entire life. You know what I mean? And so, accepting reality as it unfolds, standing in truth. You have to learn to accept reality as it unfolds, but still stand in your truth. Like, that's what I'm working on. You know, and that's what Candace was talking about at the end in reference to everything going on in Charlie Kirk, and just the unfolding of it, and just how hard it is to swallow losing faith in Poppy T. You know, and just accepting the reality of what's unfolding, even though you don't want to accept it in different ways, because you're like, golly, I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. Right? And so that's like even the same thing in reference to my family and my reality. You know, it's so hard for me. I've had a hard time accepting it. I don't know that I'll ever be able to accept it, but I'll always stand in truth, and I'll recognize it is what it is. People operate how they operate, and I'm just not going to understand it. And that's okay. But you don't ever give up. You don't ever give up on yourself. But you also, you know, we just have to have, you know, it's important to hold people accountable when it comes to their experiences and targeting and gang stalking and all these different things that everybody goes through. Everybody does truly go through in their own ways. I mean, if you sit down and actually have conversations with people and see how deep it goes, it really is quite interesting to see how much we are intertangled and how much we mirror each other. But I've seen some things roll out in my algorithm, and it's so funny how it's changing too. A lot of tarot card people that I've been following for months are talking a lot about God, and I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. You know, that's God on the move. You know, we making some movement here. And I'm loving it. I am. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole part of his plan. It really is. I'm just along for the ride. I'm along for the ride. And I take you guys along with the ride with me. You know, because we're in this together. I want to see humanity be better. I want to set the pavement for my son. And for his kids. I do. That means a lot to me. It means everything to me. You know, taking action and taking my son counsel, taking my own counsel. I know I don't look for anybody for counseling anymore. God's got that. All my divine and masculine feminine lead me. That's for darn sure. But I love you guys. It's kind of a rambling video, but I hope you resonated with it. I love you guys. Sweet dreams. I hope you have a great day or a nice evening and sleep well.